Okay, so you can see we have a bit of an algae problem going on in this tank. And we're going to get rid of this algae with a fun little thing called time and effort. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be water changing more often. That's it. We're also going to have a filter going with some filter floss in it to help get some of this gunk out. Because I've found once your hair algae starts to take over, it starts attracting more of that gunk, which feeds the hair algae, and then, you know, it's just a vicious cycle. And by the way, on Kabamba fricata, to propagate it, just float it at the top. Don't cut it or it gets angry. But anyways, I'm going to be doing a time lapse of that. Look at this photophore here. This is mean algae. Algae is a pain to get rid of. But hair algae is not too bad. All we have to do is, you know, that fun little thing called time and effort. So, see you guys in maybe like 2 weeks or so. Okay, so I started this video well over a month ago. Maybe I'll put some footage of that, what it looked like over a month ago in. And I was going to solve this algae issue with time and dedication. However, I did not have the dedication to do it. So, I'm going to show you one way that I like to get the really bad plants that are infested with algae that I don't want to throw out. And that's to put it in with my shrimp. You can see I've already done that to this Maca fluentis or whatever. And it's pretty much algae free at this point. I need to catch that red shrimp out of there. He's not supposed to be there. This is my orange shrimp colony. I just need to reset this whole colony, honestly. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to do that. And then the plan is to first off clean the CO2 diffuser, because I haven't done that in months. And then clean out all the snail cells from my power head that pushes the CO2 around. Maybe increase the CO2, maybe not. I think the biggest thing is I need to catch me an SAE out of this tank, which is easier said than done. It's very hard to catch fish out of heavily planted tanks like this. Look at that guppy. So, let me get started. I'm going to start with taking this Rotalis species out here. Hopefully they'll come up nicely. Kinda. I'm just going to plop it in there. Get the rest of it. Come out. Looks like we got some blood red in there too. That's okay. Sure, I'll take this one out too. Why not? Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so we'll come back in whenever I remember, and we'll see how that's doing. You know, I could do a lot of manual removal like this right here, but it's just going to come back. It's just going to come back. But I do want to make sure that plant's doing well, that Hygrophila balsamica, because that's the only one I have. And this is also the only one I have of this one. It is a struggling. So, move a bit of algae off of him. And screw it, I'll do the whole thing. And maybe not that Maca. That Maca, I always have a lot of trouble with hair algae on it. Not really sure why. I'm not sure if it's the placement or like the leaves or what, but always have a lot of problems with hair algae on it. And then it kind of goes to the other plants in that general area. Ooh. This is a carnivorous plant right here. I only like them in my breeding tanks, but they do sneak out sometimes. They're sneaky little guys. All right, so with that, I guess this video is going to show how to clean CO2 diffusers as well. Let's get that going. All right, so we got our cup. All it is some bleach and water, about 50-50, but you know, I didn't measure. I just kind of poured some in. I've tried other things, lots of other things to clean it, and I found this works the best. I've tried ultrasonic cleaners and all sorts of stuff, and good old bleach seems to work the best, so. Come out. Another thing that works fairly well, and I think I'm actually going to do as well, is, at least with this type of diffuser, that the... Dang, get off of there, plant. That the... let me set y'all down for a second and get this stuff off. Okay, as I was saying, the other technique I have is with this type of diffuser that you can unscrew the thing. It's not wanting to unscrew because it's all wet, is to take it off and put it in like boiling water. You know, there's in this particular one, there's like a gasket around it. So you want to, you know, take the little gasket off too. But boiling water actually works really well. And it is faster than this, but I'm just going to do it this way. I already have it set up. So we're going to let that soak for a while, probably all day, because I'm going to do something later today. And then come nighttime, or maybe tomorrow, I'll probably do all mine, actually, all my diffusers, because they're all probably pretty gunky. But, you know, on this one, tomorrow or maybe later tonight, I'm going to fill up another cup with dechlorinator and stick it in there. So all this, and it's a lot better if you leave your CO2 running while you're doing this. I found if you don't, it clogs it up even more. But if you leave it on, it works great. Don't turn your CO2 off if you're using this method. You can turn it off, well, you have to turn it off whenever you're using the boiling water method, but yeah. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. I'll let y'all know if I end up catching that fish out, because it is a challenge. All right, so it's been about a week, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. This was done in like 2 days, but I have been doing other stuff, so yeah, I didn't get a chance to film it. Here's the plants somewhere. There they are. You can see they're clean as a whistle. Except that bit. That must be some claudiflora. But, you know, most of it is clean as a whistle. So, yeah. At least they're way better than we put them in there, at any rate. So, yeah, regular shrimp will eat algae too. You just need a bunch of them. Alright, the algae is pretty much all gone in this tank at this point. Just some roots. There is some still on the foreground. It looks a lot worse on camera. But, you know, there's some there. And it's been about 3 months at this point. I haven't really done anything, to be honest. I've been doing changes in the fish room, so I've been kind of focusing on the new tanks and everything. But, you know, 3 months later, the algae problem pretty much solved itself. I did take out those plants, and I never put them back in. They're still in that shrimp tank. To clean them. But, I mean, yeah, I never put them back in. But the algae has pretty much all gone away.
again, except for that bottom bit. But yeah, time and effort is a tough thing to do, but thankfully you can swap the effort part for just more time. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one.